Meant to be counting down, so it's meant to be counting down. Sorry, should we start? I think we're already on the. Hold on. Yes, this is the Cabbage Hour. This is Barbagallo Ronson. You might know me from Brisbane radio a long time ago and recently Cabbage Hour, just talking about cabbage. Well, we're going to talk about a special subject to today's Cabbage Hour, and that is Christmas. That's right, we're going to talk about Christmas. I don't usually like to bring up the subject of holidays on the Cabbage Hour. I prefer to keep things related to farming practices and irrigation problems, but it's a special Cabbage Hour, so here we go. And we've got a guest. It's the co-host of the Christmas Tree Counter podcast. That's their offline podcast, so they're not online. Is that right? It's Longshanks, by the way. There, Longshanks.
Yes, I'm right here. I'm right here as usual. Yes, we're offline. We don't do online, so it's just you can't download it. But if you want to hear it, just come to the Pick and Pay hypermarket in Aspley, or one of those Brookside on a Thursday. We're usually somewhere near the food court talking about Christmas, and we have microphones. And come along to that. But it's nice to be here, Barbagallo.
Yes, I wanted to bring on a Christmas expert, and I knew you were the guy, and your co-host, but obviously he can't be here. But I knew you were the guy.
Clarence can't be here, but he's very sorry about that. He may come if we do this a second time. He may come along then. So but it's very nice to be here, and I'm looking forward to it. You said you wanted to talk to me. Of course, we discussed this earlier, but we're going to talk about Christmas in Brisbane, or Brisbane in Christmas, as you called it, and I'm going to give you a little guide about how to negotiate Brisbane in Christmas.
That's right. We already did this, so we're just doing this now publicly, but we did a run through. So, Logshags, Brisbane in Christmas. Why is Brisbane so interesting and weird in Christmas? Or why is Christmas so weird in Brisbane?
Well, it's because Brisbane's nature is a broken city. It's full of remnants of a past that were barely even there, but it's remnant ruins everywhere. But come Christmas, they all get lit up and they all shine a little bit brighter, and they make the modern parts look that much cheaper. But they also brighten themselves, so it's just the strange, broken nature, Barbagallo, of the city, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, and you said you. Now I've got my famous patented cameras carved from cabbages, and you said you wanted me to point them at a few things, so we did. So which one do you want first?
Well, as we discussed, go to the old museum. That's where we want to start. Okay?
Yeah, we'll just.
That's it. So my advice to everybody is to celebrate Christmas a different way this year. Do a walk, do a Brisbane walk, follow a particular route. Don't do the normal things, but do something a bit different, and begin at the old museum. Start there. Bring up the map, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. That's right. Top left, the pointy bit at the top left. I know the map's a bit sideways, but just bear with me. Now that's basically Spring Hill. Starting off at the old museum, head on up Gregory Terrace. Gregory Terrace, a wonderful. Now, first of all, the old museum, Barbagallo, 1891. Rococo Venetian striped architecture designed by a fella called George M. Addison, who did a lot of other buildings, including another one we'll see later. Start off there. Start off with Addison. Head on up onto Gregory Terrace, named after, what was his name now? I've lost the marks, but we talked about this earlier. But
Yes, you said that he was an interesting guy. I seem to remember. Yeah, but I'm not sure. I didn't remember that.
Yes, I'm just looking for it. I apologise for this, but I'm not getting paid, so I can do whatever I can do this. But yes, an interesting guy, Gregory. He was um, he was a fascinating fellow. I've just got it here. August Charles Gregory, and he was the Surveyor General in Brisbane in the around the 1860s, 1870s, and he was a Freemason, a very significant Freemason. So you're walking up with a great bearded Freemason. Just imagine you're walking with a great bearded Freemason called Gregory, and that's Gregory Terrace. You walk up the hill, and uh, and that is a great hill. Gregory Terrace is a great Christmas hill, Barbagallo, because it's all lit up. All the houses and apartments are old and strange and long past their what you would think would survive in this city. And it's a great sweeping road. It's a perfect road, really. It's a great climbing road. It's the northern ridge of northwestern ridge rather of Spring Hill, and great view of the city all the way through. I have a dream, Barbagallo, of starting something called the Gregory Terrace Christmas Street Fair. That would be we'd close off the entire street, entire terrace rather, from the old museum up to Wickham Terrace, and we'd just shut it off. We'd probably have based the admin area in Kinross Street, but we just close the whole road. I mean, you could compromise and close half of it because it's such a wide road, but why not the whole road and just really make the whole thing come alive? Light up every tree, light up every house, and that's my hope for the future for that terrace. But you get to the top, you pass the grammar school, various other things, and you turn onto Wickham Terrace, which is a fantastic. It's probably right up there with Gregory Terrace, and very exclusive.
Yes, and you said who was what's Wickham Terrace named after? Is that a battle?
No, it's John Clements. I'm reading now. John Clements Wickham. He was a sailor. He wasn't, that I know of, a Freemason. He was a magistrate in Moreton Bay, and but he did sail with Darwin. So a Darwinian sailor. Not quite, doesn't quite make sense, does it? But he sailed with Darwin on the Beagle at some point. So think of him as an old sea dog who had all the dirt on Darwin. That's what I'd say. So you get onto Wickham Terrace, full of wealth and hospitals. You follow that down. Then you come up to Albert Street, Barbagallo. Do we have any pictures of this, by the way?
No, there's no. I'm very sorry, Longshanks. There's no. I couldn't get a cam. I only have about four working cabbage cameras since the cyclone.
Okay, so you start at the top of Albert Street. Now, Albert Street is the Brisbane Christmas street. It always has been. You start at the top, you walk down, you're heading straight towards the King George Square and the big Christmas tree, Barbagallo. But of course, you can't see any of it because of all the trees closing in. You keep walking. The faster you walk down that hill, the more you sense the hubbub, the more you sense and see flickering, colourful lights. The more you, as you walk below the stone walls that hold up Wickham Park, and you look and you see the old lost waterfall near the Roma Street, park. You sense something's up, and then when you cross Turbot Street and you walk up to Uniting Church, there you see it. That's for many thousands of Brisbane children, Barbagallo, all through the 20th century. That was where Christmas would begin. They'd go into the city for a look at the Christmas tree, look at the Christmas windows, Christmas shopping. That would be the first. That would be the beginning of Christmas. That walk. So think of Prince Albert, the popularizer of the modern Christmas tree in England, and really the rest of the Western world. And that's it. That's Albert Street. Surely you've got something down here.
Yes, we do actually now. Well spoken. Now let's have a look. Logshanks. That's right. We've got the city hall. Look at that tree. It's yeah, I've always liked that tree. It's Not much in the way of cabbage, of course, but there's not much green either. But it's colourful.
Yes, yeah, it's very nice, and do see the city hall, the tree. Of course, modern tree it doesn't quite look like that, but that's the thing, Barbagallo. That's a classic view. And do you have? I was hoping you had the church. Do you have the church, the Uniting Church? I'm thinking that's another Addison, the guy who did the old museum. Do you have any of those?
I'll just have a look. I thought I did, but it might have gone. Hold on.
That's it. That's it now. That's the Uniting Church now. On the left, interesting, Barbagallo. You told me, we talked about this, that the Cabbage camera sees through the lies, sees through the false years, sees through the fakery, and it sees the truth. And of course, the truth is that the old Albert Hall on the left, even though it was knocked down in '69, it's never really left. It's still there, and what a thing to see. Another Addison building, uh, and he did that as well as the old museum and the church. So there you go. That's a good shot. And I thought the previous picture wasn't so good. That Cabbage camera is a bit rough, Barbagallo, but that's better. The other one, previous one's better.
Yeah, the it just depends how old. Like you get an antique cabbage. It's been through a couple of summers. It's all preserved and fossilized, and then you cut into it, and it's all about how old it is. But that's a pretty good picture, yeah.
Yes, and then so let's keep going because I know we haven't got an hour. So you go up Anne Street, named after Queen Anne, and what do you see? Something interesting, Barbagallo. Now, I'm hoping your cabbage. I do know because I've caught a glimpse of this that your Cabbage camera has done me a solid because it's there we go. So it's eliminated the Sofitel. This is what I was hoping for, and as you can see, Anzac Square, the War Memorial Cenotaph, the circular rotunda with the columns, the central station tower, clock tower, and then of course no Sofitel. The camera sees through the lies of the 80s sandstone buildings, and we don't see the Sofitel. We see instead the Green Hill, and we see the Baptist Tabernacle. And Barbagallo, I've been looking at this. I remember this, and I've been looking at old pictures, and of course this to me, Barbagallo. Now I don't know if you're familiar with The Prisoner. Do you remember The Prisoner? That old Patrick McGowan spy show.
I think I remember he had a skivvy.
Yes, and it was all filmed in this place called Portmeirion, which was just a Welsh coastal town full of follies that was it Clough Williams. I'm not sure the name of the architect, but he just built this folly town, this village, and that to me, this to me is what this was, and this to me is the true hidden delight of Brisbane. This setup, Post Office Square behind the camera, Anzac Square. This is a view from Post Office Square, really, but Anzac Square, the memorial, the Central Station Tower, the hill, and the Baptist Tabernacle. And of course, the camera is also looking into the past. Barbagallo, it's looking down the years, and it's looking at the Trades Hall and the old Weather Bureau, and Montpelier, which is still there, but the Tabernacle, that's fantastic. So Portmeirion exists. It's still hidden away in Brisbane. It's been obscured, but if you go on a Christmas night, you do this walk, you will you need to maybe branch off to Post Office Square and get a good look and just open your cabbage mind, Barbagallo.
Yes, and if you do, the way to do that, carry your cabbage, hold it up to your face, stare into it for about 3 hours, and you will look into this true cabbage mind, and you will see. Then look at that hill, and you'll see that that's what it looks like. No Sofitel.
Yes, okay. So, all right. So then you go. So the walk continues, Barbagallo. Let's have a look at that map. If you can bring it up, there we go. And there we go. So now we're going up Ann Street. We're passing St. John's Cathedral. You told me, Barbagallo, no camera on that, unfortunately. But that's a great thing. Now you turn onto Wickham Street. So Wickham Terrace The old Sailor Sea Dog Darwin Beagle guy is morphed into a street, so he's kind of more of a pirate now. You pass Centenary Park, the marking the 100 years since in 1924, since Brisbane settlement in 1824. You know, the colony. And then you turn on to Gipp Street. This is where the walk probably gets a little less. I know there's no cabbage pictures, but Gipp Street, named after a governor. Barry Parade, named after a mayor. You pass 4ZZZ, which I know, Barbagallo, that's significant for you because you were on 4ZZZ and in the past and recently. Is that right?
Yes, I told you I went back for the 50th and got into a bit of trouble, but I should say I'm broadcasting, Professor, from, I'll bring it up, a replica of Triple Z. This is not, this is Triple Z. It's a replica of the building, but it's in Strathpine. It's got the cabbage on the roof, and if people are wondering about the noise, the leaky water and stuff, that's from the cabbage on the roof.
Which you should probably have a look at because it can't be good for struts, that level of vegetation.
Yes, alright, so anyway, so where are we now?
Go back to the map. So we're now back onto Brunswick Street, named after, I haven't really found much about that. I think it's some kind of German province, some duchy or something, medieval German duchy, I don't quite know. And then we're back to the old museum, Barbagallo. That's the loop. That's the loop I'm suggesting people take, the Christmas loop of Brisbane. And of course, it's all looping around Spring Hill, the treasure chest, Brisbane's secret treasure chest, red houses, red rooms, secret golden palace rooms and towers. And Spring Hill's a mystery, really, Barbagallo. At least I've always found it a mystery. And this loop is a good starting point. Do it a few times over Christmas, and then zero in on the mysteries of Spring Hill, and then give me a bell. Tell me if you find any.
Okay, I don't quite understand that last bit, but I like Spring Hill. It's a good one. All right, is that it, Longshanks?
I think there's something else, but probably a good place to stop, and then if we do another one, then we can. I'll bring up whatever I've forgotten. But I think there was something, Barbagallo, but it's been a long day.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you, Longshanks. Do you have anything to plug?
Not legally. Obviously, I'm doing the offline podcasts in the Pick and Pay hypermarkets, and sort of Wednesdays, and also on Thursdays a bit of Brookside offline podcasting. Christmas counters. If you bring up the graphic, that might be good because people will get an idea. There you go. We're shoestring, Barbagallo, like you, but you don't need money, do you?
I think actually I found you do. I have struggled without money.
Yes, I mean, that's true, but, you've got to lie to yourself a bit. So, anyway, thank you, and if there's anybody wants to know anything more, or they think they know more, which they, can tell themselves that lie, put a comment, and Barbagallo will probably read it.
Yes, thank you. All right, thank you for that, Longshanks. We'll go now. All right, now we should end, but we should play a song too. I want to play a quick song. It's a jukebox. Actually, I just realised there was something I wanted to say. We should do an intermission. Hold on. Are you there, Longshanks?
Yes, sorry, what? Sorry, I was just going off. Did you call me again, Barbagallo? What's up?
I wanted to say that there was something I wanted to do before you went. I wanted to tell you my favourite part about the old museum. You see, there's the old museum. You know, it was a museum for about 90 years. Well, guess what? There was something that was inside it that I like. It was my favourite part. I'll just show you now. The revolving cabbage theatre. You know, Logshanks, that's still there. A gigantic cabbage rolling, spinning around in circles in a gigantic theatre, spinning over the hundreds of years or, 80 years. And it's still there to this day. Not many people know about it. It's hidden away, but I just wanted to say that.
Yep, okay. Well, I've got to go, Barbagallo. I'm not sure if that's true either, but I'll look into it.
Oh, it's true. Anyway, thank you. All right, we should go. That's the Cabbage Hour Christmas special. Uh, I forgot to do the opening theme. I should have done this at the beginning. Hold on. Anyway, just pretend that was at the beginning. Okay, time to go. We might be back. It depends on how well this turns out. All right. You there still, Logshanks? I think he's gone. Oh, I better stop it. Is he still there?